Welcome to Strong's Little Farmhouse. If you're new here, we bought a 101-year-old farmhouse which we plan to lovingly restore. We're doing it on our own, we're doing it on a budget, and we're doing it with zero experience. We're going to have to learn as we go. We hope you'll join us in our homestead adventure because it is the ultimate DIY project. Good morning. Well, it's Sunday and usually we take a day off, but there's so much to do. First thing is to take care of this fireplace. The previous owner had this lovely electric fireplace. It has a pretend flame and it blows a little warm air out of here, but it's certainly not efficient for the amount of electricity it uses, nor produces enough heat to heat this entire room. And as we discovered when we pulled this out, the entire chimney is wide open. So any heat we were producing here was getting drafted right back up into the chimney. So today we're going to block the chimney and create a faux front for the fireplace so it has something that looks nice. So this is a quick way to block the fireplace from critters getting in, drafts going out, and losing all our heat. And we think this is going to be the best solution until we decide what the permanent update will be in a few years. So the first thing is we're going to remove this little electric fireplace and move out. So here's a slick trick for blocking an open chimney. First, you have to make sure your draft is open. Then you take an old used pillow, which we have here, or if you don't have a pillow that you want to sacrifice to your chimney, you can just go to Dollar General. They've got a 2-pack of pillows for $6, or they have some really cheapy $2 ones, or you can even use some of those decorator pillows. Just buy the cheapest thing possible. Shove it into a black plastic bag. Tie a knot, and then shove it right up in the vent. Okay, here we go. Okay, and that's it. Now the pillow is gonna keep bulk of the hole closed, and the black plastic is going to prevent any critters from eating the pillow. So we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, keeping the heat in and the draft out, and preventing pests from invading the home through that open hole. So next we have all this trim around that they used to frame the heater when it went into the fireplace. Of course, to try and block the draft that was happening because they were putting heat right in an empty hole. So we're going to put a little fascia on there with some decorative screen and candles, and I think it's going to look really great. The previous owner did a nice job of screwing some 1x2 around the frame in order to put their trim in. So we're going to leave that there so that we can screw in our new front that we're going to put on. Now we just have to take a few measurements. Perfect. So they'll cut the wood.
All right, we're gonna measure off 29.5 inches. We need 5 of them, so I'm gonna measure it here.
So now that that piece is cut, we can just use it to mark the next piece.
And you always want to use the same piece to mark the rest. Don't cut this one off and then use that one to measure, and then cut that one off and use that one to measure, because if your cuts are slightly too long on each cut, then that's going to accumulate over time.
Just taking the pattern board again and making another line, and this will give us 3 boards off of one length. Perfect. Now we'll take one more length, do the same thing again, and that'll give us the 2 more pieces that we need.
Let's see how wide that is. 27.5, perfect. Now let's decide which one, each board, which one is the nicer.
Now that we've picked the sides of the boards that we like the look of, we need to flip them over and put that side down so that we can put our piece that's going to hold these all together on the back.
There we go.
Okay, did you measure inside the wood?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm marking here. I'm going to cut that off and then center this up. I'll find the center of this, line those up, tack that on there. That way when it slips in, those boards will slide right past it, and we'll be able to tack right to this.
Here we're just using some trim we had lying around the house, but 1x2s would work just as well.
If I open the thing. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. This time.
Ideally, we would have a clamp holding these boards together or a clamp holding this down, but we're just sort of half-assing it today, so I get to hold this in place while he sets up the nail gun. We got a new nail gun. Now I don't get mad. My new nail gun. Before we stain the fireplace insert, I want to test the color on a piece of the same wood. We have this Minwax wood finish, and it's a deep penetrating stain, and depending on how long you leave it before wiping it down is how dark, so you can adjust the darkness for whatever finish you have. We just bought this yesterday and they shook it in the store for us, so just a little shake right now is plenty good. And I just grabbed a junky old brush. One coat on and a quick wipe off. Let's see. Pretty blonde. The color we're using is dark walnut, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have to use another coat. I think I'll leave this on just a little bit longer. We're trying to get as close to the wood stain that is on the fireplace, so we're doing our best guess. We're going to take this one in a little bit and see how this looks. So we really like how the second coat came out. It is almost an exact match, but I think if I did the first coat, wipe off, second coat, wipe off with no wait time, it's going to be perfect. You don't need a lot of stain on your brush. Notice I just tipped the tip in there, and very light amount, because this stuff goes a long ways. Again, always going with the grain of the wood. I'm just going to do one board at a time because we have a little bit of sun here and I don't want it to cure too long. I just want to put the stain on and wipe it off right away. And just keep going in the same fashion. Look at that. Beautiful. Before we do the second coat, I'm going to get the edges. Another reason I like to do the edges just before the second coat is because you're automatically going to get some splash over along the face of the project. Now you can see where you've got darker spots and you can either avoid them or correct them. Okay, one more quick coat. And that's it. If you were going to use this for a coffee table, you would definitely want to put a clear coat on or even a heavy lacquer coat to avoid ring marks and the stain transferring.
Okay, so it's been a couple hours and the stain is all dry. So now we're gonna go and nail it into the hole and finish this project. And ta-da! Isn't that nice? All right, let's put this in. See how it fits. Oh, look at that, perfect.
All right, let's nail this puppy.
All right. Ta-da!
Really love the color match, how this came out. It's just perfect. And then we've got a really beautiful grate that's gonna go over this with some candles on it.
All right, here, this is the decorative grate that we're gonna put in front of the wooden facade. So I just need to center it up and find out where we're gonna hang it. So I just marked the center of each of these, and that's where I'm gonna drill my pilot holes for putting the screws in. And one of the disadvantages of having a pencil mark on dark wood is you can't see where you've marked. There it is, right there. That should be 6 inches, which it is.
Beautiful. All right, now we just have to get the rings and the glasses and the candles and we'll be done.
Well, it's been a little while since we did this, and we still, as you can see, don't have the rings and the candles to make this, to finish this off. That's because they are still in storage. Well, when we get the storage unloaded and we find those candles, we'll put this up and we'll do a quick short video so you can see how beautiful this is actually going to look. Let us know in the comments if you're going to try this build for your fireplace. It's a simple upscale DIY. Thanks for joining us at Strong Little Farmhouse. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on that bell notification so you know when we upload another video. See you soon. Love ya.